Is it a good time to buy now? We get this question asked a lot by our clients. The answer depends on what you're looking for. If you buy to speculate, a buy-to-let mortgage, or costs and return on investments and market conditions come into play. Since most of you are buying a home to live in yourself, we'll not go into that any further. So the question should actually be, is it a good time to buy a home to live in now? There's again, unfortunately, no straight answer to that. Why? Because of the three things that you need to consider about your personal situation. Number one is what your current residential situation looks like. What are you paying for rent and what kind of residence do you currently have? If your rent is relatively low and you have a great place to live in a great location, buying a home might downgrade your living standard due to reduction in size and maybe a different location. And maybe the quality of the home will reduce as well. If your rent is high and you believe you can get a better deal if you purchase and actually save some money versus flushing money down the drain, then it might be the right thing to do. The second thing is what your financial situation looks like. Do you have savings to pay for the purchase cost? Do you have consistent recurring income? And do you have a secure job or a long-term employment contract? These things matter, for there are costs involved to purchasing a home and your mortgage will be a loan for 30 years. Third is knowing what your plans are in terms of the length of stay in your new home. If you're here just for a few years, you could consider buying, but deciding what to do with your newly bought home once you leave can be a bit tricky. Letting your property means you need permission from your bank, which is not always a given. If the bank does not offer you permission, you could always switch your mortgage to a buy-to-let mortgage. However, the increased interest rates and lack of tax benefits might make this less appealing. We have made a specific video about letting your home that you can click on at the top. If you decide not to let your home, you might have to sell it, which could be great if the market goes up, but could also mean that you wouldn't get your initial investment back if it does not. In the current market, prices seem to still be going up slightly, but the uncertainty of COVID-19 makes past results no guarantee for the future. You can find my 2 cents on whether and how the market will be impacted by COVID-19 in the link on top. To make the answer a bit more satisfying, I'll break it down in 2 scenarios for you. You can then figure out in which scenario you're in. Number 1, it's a great time to buy if you have high rent, guaranteed income, if you're considering to stay in the Netherlands for 5 or more years. The second one is you might want to think some more about buying a home if you have low rent or a great value for money residence, if you have no consistent income, and if you're thinking of leaving the country in the next few years. Which one are you in? Good luck, and we're happy to answer any questions that you have.